Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another entitled parents Reddit video. In our first story, an entitled mother illegally ships a placenta, then threatens to sue. Let's jump right in. This is a bit of a long and wacky one. Strap in and prepare yourselves, it's a hot mess. First, I guess I should include some context. My family owns a small shipping business. We're a little independent store specifically meant for shipping, but we do some other stuff too. We have contracts with all of the carriers: FedEx Ground, FedEx Express, USPS, DHL, and UPS. But this story specifically involves UPS. We have very few employees. My parents own the business, my two siblings are the managers, I am an employee, and we have 2 or 3 other people who will sometimes come and help out for some extra cash. This all started sometime in the middle of a week. I believe it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, but it's all been a blur, so I can't be sure. On staff that day was my mom, brother, and me. There were no other customers in the store, and my brother and I had been hanging out in the front of the store. A lady walks in with her husband and 3 children. I can't totally be sure about their ages, but if I were to guess, she had a 3 to 4 month old baby, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. She has a cooler in a perishable box. It was roughly 12 by 12 by 12. Pretty standard procedure, no big deal. I'm not totally confident with things around the store, so my brother helps me process this package. I've never processed a perishable before. She wanted to overnight this package to the hotel her and her family would be staying in. They were moving across the country, and this was the hotel they would be staying at. No big deal, still pretty average. We get everything set up, and when we ask her what the contents is, she tells us that it's breast milk. I looked at the package and thought, wow, that's a lot of breast milk, but otherwise didn't think anything of it. She pays and leaves. We set it with the other overnight and 2-day packages on our UPS shelf. The UPS driver that came to pick up that afternoon was not the one we normally had. We've had this guy pick up before, though. He never scanned packages when he picks up. He only counted them so we could print out his paperwork. This is very important. Scanning packages warns him to set aside the express packages so he knew to make sure to take them off his truck when he reached the hub. When the drivers have their package count, they go to the front of our store and we confirm it's the right number of packages. Then they sign 2 different pieces of paperwork to give them full responsibility for the packages. This is not a system we set in place. It is procedure for a location like ours and has been part of the procedure since before we bought this business. This driver knows better. Since he did not scan the packages, he didn't take the perishable breast milk package off of his truck when he reached the hub that night, despite the white box having "perishable, keep refrigerated" written on all sides of it. We got an angry call the next day from the entitled mother. The lady had tracked her package, and because the driver didn't scan it, UPS's system said that it hadn't left our store. Crap. They're already at the hotel it was supposed to be shipped to, and she's pissed. She thinks it's our fault for this. Not wanting to take the fall for this when it is 100% not our fault, my mom contacted UPS. She let them know that the driver that had picked up the day before had not scanned a package and that she wanted them to put a tracker on it. They quickly discovered that it had not moved and got it moving as soon as they possibly could. My mom also told them that they needed to apologize to the entitled mother, as it was their driver's fault that this happened and not ours. They did not. The same UPS driver came that day. My dad had dropped by the store to help us close up shop, and upon hearing about all of this, waited until he had a chance to talk to the driver. The driver was about to leave when my dad stopped him and asked if he was the one who had picked up the day before. The driver said no. We knew this was a lie. We compared the signature on that day's paperwork to the signature on this day's paperwork, and it was completely a match. So my dad called UPS and asked them to have a talk with their driver. The next day, we get a call from a UPS hub halfway to the destination. They tell us that they have received the breast milk package, but there's one problem: it's leaking. Because it's leaking, it's their procedure to dispose of the package. There's nothing we can do about this. They told us to inform our customer. So my mom called the entitled mother and left a voicemail to let her know. A few minutes later, we receive another call from UPS. They tell us that this package has a placenta in a Tupperware container inside of it. There was still breast milk, about 10 ounces, in a bag that had been set on top of the Tupperware. What's more, entitled mother had used ice cubes instead of shipping ice packs to cool it. That's the reason behind the leaking. This nightmare became even more of a nightmare. This put our company at risk because it is illegal to ship biological tissue in anything except clinical packaging. This was not clinical packaging. My mom asked my brother and I if we'd known, but of course we had no idea. When we are told what the contents of a package are, we are not supposed to question it. We are supposed to just put down the contents and trust the customer. She had already packaged up the placenta and breast milk before she came in, and there was no reason for us to check. My mom is frustrated beyond all belief at this point. She gets a call back from the customer who is still convinced that her package not being delivered is our fault. My mom, bless her, is very patient with the entitled mother and explains the whole situation. She finally mentions that UPS found something more than breast milk in the package, but did not tell her that she knew what it was. Entitled mother goes nuts. I can't give the exact dialogue, I've only heard my mom's side of the conversation, but just know that the entitled mother blew up on my mom before she finally hung up. For the past week since this happened, entitled mother has called our store every single day to complain. She insists that she can only make so much breast milk and that she needs her placenta and breast milk. At this point, it's long gone and had been destroyed days ago. She starts insisting that she doesn't understand why they had to throw away the placenta. She says that it could be food, some people cook it and eat it. Ugh. She then complains that she still wants her breast milk even though it's probably long spoiled at this point. Ew. Finally, she tells my mom she's going to sue. At this point, my mom had deflected the blame onto UPS, and the entitled mother was just trying to get us to handle UPS and pull some strings. So the entitled mother goes on a rant about how she is going to sue UPS for opening and damaging her package. My mom tries to shoot her down, letting her know that she was the one who lied about the contents of the package and had illegally shipped human tissue. In our store, we have a sign hung up with a list of things that we cannot legally ship, and had she so much as glanced at it, she would have seen it. We're fairly certain she knew what she was doing and the risks involved. This is as far as it goes up to this point. Entitled mother still calls us every day, demanding my mom do something about this. The UPS driver apparently got reprimanded, but he still picks up packages from our store and still refuses to scan them. I think the thing that pisses me off the most is the fact that all of this would have been avoided if this guy's lazy ass had just scanned the packages. It takes all of 2 seconds, if even, to scan a package. He gets paid by the hour, and he always shows up almost an hour late when we're just wanting to go home after a long day of work and are only still open because he is late. I'll update if anything major happens, but I doubt there's going to be anything we can do about it. UPS might charge the lady, but I have no idea how they would, since her package was processed through our account. What a flipping nightmare. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, subscribe and make sure you click on the notifications bell or YouTube really won't show it to you. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.